We'll give you time. What do you got there? Where'd you go? Are you ready?
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
I can still see you.
I want to talk about leadership and how it relates to our current budget situation. Just a year ago in 2010, we had a projected deficit of over $800 million, even more than the deficit we face this year. But somehow, the 2010 council, which has a lot of the same councillors as this council, managed to get that number down to zero without threatening to get rid of childcare, free community centers, libraries, snow removal, and grants for people who are poor, disadvantaged, marginalized, or in need of support. Now, they raised property taxes last year, and they raised TTC fares, but that was no surprise to me. During the same time, the price of gasoline, of coffee, and of fresh vegetables went up too. This year, even though the projected deficit is smaller, some folks are telling us that the programs and services that make our city great are actually a waste of time, and that we should get rid of them. That's where leadership comes in. Our mayor, an apparent leader, has indicated that he doesn't plan to preserve programs that save money and help people in need. The mayor was the only elected official who voted against every single community grant that the city provides. Money for violence prevention, for food programs, for seniors, and for Ontonians living in poverty. When people tried to ask the mayor why he was the only person out of 45 to vote against all of this great stuff, he ran away. Our mayor knows the price of everything, but he values very little. That's not what I call leadership. Where I come from, that's not leadership at all. So, now that I know that we can't trust our mayor to lead, I'm looking to the other members of council since they are the ones that make the decisions anyway, and leadership begins with telling us the truth. So how about it, councillors? Will you tell us the truth? Do you believe free community centers are a waste of money? Is paying people to live in Toronto in a decent wage beneath you? Will cutting daycare, ignoring the arts, and selling off precious city assets make Toronto a better place? I'd ask the mayor, but he's clearly planning to break his promise to Toronto not to cut services. So I'm reaching out to other councillors. Councillors who know that their loyalty to Toronto is more important than their loyalty to the mayor. So councillors, it's up to you. You're the ones who make the decisions, and you don't need to hide behind empty slogans. The people of Toronto are listening. We care about our city. We want you to be honest with us. We'd rather pay a little more than see our investments crumble in the future. We'd rather reach out to our neighbors than let them suffer from far away. We'd prefer leaders that tell us that everyone matters rather than that nobody cares. Councillors, don't give in to cynicism and defeat. After all, we didn't vote for any puppets. Thank you.
Thank you, Desmond. Thank you very much. Desmond, what's your partner's name?
His name's Roy.
He doesn't even move his lips.
I just want to know who signs the in as the deputant.
Anyway, thank you very much, Desmond.
There are no questions for Roy?
There were no questions, no. Thank you anyway.